Guys, it's absurd what the government is doing to Flamengo. It's absurd, huh? It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. They want to force Flamengo to become a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol. I don't know, honestly. I'm going to talk to Flamengo's directors. Isn't there a way maybe to make Flamengo like 5% Sociedade Anônima do Futebol just to avoid it? Guys, we're talking about 740 million in taxes. They want to block our signings. They want to mess with Flamengo. Obviously, this is over the course of 8 years. I'm so upset about this whole thing. Mauro Cesar, guys, do you see Mauro Cesar here? Mauro Cesar is also upset. Mauro Cesar upset. Cesar says fico. Zanotto. It's unbelievable that member clubs have to pay 11% or more in taxes and Sociedade Anônima do Futebol pays 5%. They want to force... It's 11% that Mauro is talking about here. 5% for Sociedade Anônima do Futebol? What kind of idea is that? Where does that fit? He's saying it doesn't matter which party. It's surreal. It's the current government, right? Man, they're favoring a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol over an association. Man, they're killing Olympic sports. They're killing Olympic sports, dude. This is a shame. This is an unbelievable shame, man. That's a dirty trick on Flamengo. Flamengo can't become a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol or sell itself. It just needs to make minor changes. Man, I'm trying to think here to avoid these taxes. I've always opposed Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, but what this government is doing is disgraceful. Flamengo having to put an end to Olympic sports, they're causing this, ending the Olympics. They want to end the Olympics in Brazil. Flamengo basically guarantees Brazil's Olympic success, right? They win several medals, but that might end because some people want to ruin it. This is a shame, damn government, damn old man. This is a shame, man, okay? And look, even the people here, nobody wants to talk about politics. No, this is a shame. Look at this. Flamengo is preparing a cost cut by estimate of 700 million in taxes. Flamengo released a study that estimates a payment of 746 million in taxes over the next 8 years due to decisions by the federal government. In the new tax reform, the extra taxes start at 19 million in 2026 and reach 214 million in 2033. In 8 years, that's 746 million. The SAFs would pay 473 million less in taxes during this period. In other words, if you think about 8 years and think that you can sign a player with a 5 or 6 year contract, then with 473 million in signings, man, you can make two huge signings. With that money, the SAFs would pay 473 million less in taxes during this period. Flamengo has begun adjusting its budget for the new economic situation and expects to cut expenses by 16 million in 2026. To reduce this and pay less taxes, the model is to cut deficit activities that generate losses. Olympic sports have a deficit of 50 million, and it's one of the areas that could be affected. Look at that, a 50 million deficit in Olympic sports. Then people will complain saying, you're cutting Olympic sports and letting everyone go. Hey, complain to the government, damn it. The government is messing with Flamengo, forcing them to become a Sociedade Anônima do Futebol. They're joking around, damn it. Complain to the government. Let's go to the video. Hey guys, red and black greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're new here, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe below. Turn on notifications, the little bell, and leave that awesome like on the video. We're here once again. Brought to you by Mais Cabelo. You can lose weight while keeping your hair from falling out. Lose weight without hair loss with the Mais Slim program from Mais Cabelo. Man, Mais Cabelo always has what you need. Anywhere in Brazil, scan this QR code for a free evaluation. No need to contact them. Mention Paparazzo Rubro Negro nationwide. There's a Mais Cabelo for you to take care of your hair health and also lose weight in a healthy way. Besides that, all our sponsors are there in the pinned comment in the description, Caravana do Arudo, and everything else as well. We get here, man, and right away we say that BAP has his strategy and he's making it work. The rival clubs are desperate and want in any way possible to make signings. Palmeiras, everyone is talking about it, saying it's in crisis, financial situation. There's a lot being said about it. The sponsor there with a frozen account, man, a series of problems involving Palmeiras. The money is showing up. The money is showing up. They're going to sign John Arias, right? At least that's the latest information that came out. Raiza Simplicio also brought the news, also reported by Aline Nastari. What Raiza brought, Nastari also reported. Here's the thing. Wolverhampton accepted Palmeiras' offer, and Fluminense has until tomorrow to exercise their priority for John Arias. The English club accepted the offer of 25 million euros, 154 million reais, made by Palmeiras. If they want to keep the player, Fluminense needs to match the offer and exercise the priority stipulated in the contract. If Fluminense agrees, Árias would return to Fluminense 6 months later for 8 million euros more, becoming the club's biggest signing in history. It's still far from Flamengo's 42 million for Lucas Paquetá. The previous one had been Canobio, 37 million reais. Also information from Raiza Simplicio and Aline Nastari. So that's the latest information that came out. And now I'm going to give my comment here about BAP. He's doing his usual strategy. Fluminense likely won't match Palmeiras' bid to Wolverhampton for John Arias. Because the deal is worth 25 million euros, Fluminense likely won't use their purchase option and is instead focusing on signing a striker. The Colombian player has already agreed to a 5-year deal with Palmeiras. And that's what I tell you. The love for the jersey in football is over. There are two things for us to talk about. First, the love for the jersey is gone. There's no way around it. Only a few still have it. Lucas Paquetá, who even paid some of his own money to return, wanted to come back in the future. So did Vini Jr. and Coutinho at Vasco. These cases are rare. If John Arias does that, even my friend here who's a tricolor fan said he's going to burn a lot of bridges. He was leaving to fulfill his family's dream of living in Europe, but the dream ended in 6 months and Mario is going to get burned too. What do I think is going to happen? Fluminense will make a lower offer, like 18, which was the amount they sold him for, and count on Arias. Tell the club over there that he wants to come to Fluminense and not to Palmeiras. Count on Arias' goodwill, paying a little less. Arias would have to do what Paquetá did. Give up on some things, accept a lower offer from a club, getting paid less to return to the club he wanted, if he really wants it, right? If he really wants it. Fluminense is focused on signing Bwanga, that player from Los Angeles that I even praised a lot here, who is an excellent forward and could be affected. If they sign Arias, there will be money left to sign the forward. It's a complicated issue, but look, I'll tell you something. All of this desperation from Fluminense, Palmeiras, Cruzeiro, it's because they see Flamengo signing players. They see Flamengo having a huge transfer window, spending a lot of money on signings. BAP claimed no one would outspend Flamengo this transfer window, and so far that's true. And they're taking the bait. That strategy of those guys getting themselves into debt and not being able to guarantee that also with the issue of financial fair play in the coming years is working, you see, BAP. And speaking of that, Flamengo, the Flamengo Deliberative Council approved the matter. Look at that. We mentioned earlier yesterday that the council was going to vote on the new amendment that prevents changes to the statute, which prevents people who hold positions in other clubs or in SAFs from participating in any position of power within the club. The measure was approved by a large majority with 409 votes in favor, 111 against, and 15 abstentions. So it's important for us to mention here that it was approved, and with that, Flamengo now, directors who hold any position in another club or Sociedade Anônima do Futebol cannot assume power within Flamengo. That's settled. It's important for us to bring this news. And we're going to talk here about Flamengo's probable lineup as well as International's probable lineup. All the information about this game, Flamengo's debut in the Brasileirão at home as the host. They played away against São Paulo and lost, so they need to win this first home game. But it's also important to bring information here. The second, Flaguerero, also a great friend and influencer from the Northeast, the red-black supporter. He brought information that through the agent Fernando Brito, there was an inquiry from Flamengo through this agent, an inquiry about Marcos Leonardo. Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia is no longer sending the player to Atletico de Madrid. Al Hilal signed Benzema from Flamengo. What they told me is that it wouldn't be for now, that if it happened, it wouldn't be now, but they didn't rule it out. Flaguerero said that there was an inquiry, but he didn't say when that inquiry happened. Because Flamengo really did show interest, but Felipe prioritized a striker with a profile similar to Caio Jorge's. We still need to find out if this inquiry is recent or not. Today, throughout the day, I'll get in touch since it was already late at night. I'm recording this at night. I'll contact a source linked to Flamengo's management during the day to find out when this inquiry was made. If the information is old, I trust Cleverson's information. Flaguerero doesn't usually make things up. That's not his style, making up news or creating stories. If he said something, it's because something really happened. And then I'll know if this was before, if this was now, it could have also been before. So there's no way for us to be sure. Look, let me just give you the complete information. It's about the game coming up soon. I want to start by letting you know that Flamengo Television will broadcast the game against International this Wednesday with images. And we'll also have it on the club's official Facebook page, as well as Flamengo Television on YouTube. The coverage will feature 100% Flamengo narration. João Guilherme will also have it in Portuguese, and in addition to Portuguese, we'll have it in Spanish for viewers abroad with images. Flamengo's reach is getting bigger and bigger, so for everyone outside Brazil watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Flamengo Television on Flamengo's Facebook page, and man, the one who called the nation together was Lucas Paquetá.
Look here to call all of you. The nation here is Paquetá. We're here to invite all of you to be with us tomorrow at Maracanã, my return debut at Maracanã. But more important than that is that we're all together to start paving the way to victory. It's another final for us, and I'm counting on your presence.
Let's go, let's go. And there's a special situation for the fans who can. I support Flamengo and think it's important to say so. I saw Pilhado complaining about Kaze Television, about Casemiro. He talked about Flamengo's fans and everything else that we have to prove now to show our worth. Now, filling up the stadium against International. We don't have to do anything to prove, not to Pilhado. We don't have to do anything to prove. No, we have to do it for ourselves, to support. It's Lucas Paqueta's return, and he wanted this warm welcome. Fans should go support Flamengo. First Brazilian League win, first home game, that's it. We have nothing to prove to anyone. Flamengo's fans are the loudest in the stadium, reaching the highest decibels. They're the biggest in the country and the world, massive. Obviously, it's a situation where you have the other management providing 187 buses for organized fan groups to lead chants in the stands. Those guys will be able to throw an even bigger party. That was obvious. Planning, okay? But our fans have always outshined, silenced even Flamengo and Corinthians. That last Flamengo and Corinthians match over there at Itaquera. Flamengo's fans silence Corinthians. Okay, Flamengo's fans silence Corinthians fans. There are images from every angle inside their own stadium. That's it. Some games will have the other side singing louder due to fewer organized supporters present. That's a situation where we need to stop being biased right now. Now, Flamengo's fans need to be present. There's an amazing promotion. Flamengo's management made it so that the club members can buy 2 more tickets with the same discount as the main ticket, okay? You can buy 2 more tickets with the same discount as the club member. For 2 of those people who are on your favorites list, right there on your favorites list, you can buy 2 more tickets. So it's a spectacular opportunity. Let's bring here the probable lineups, the game information. Flamengo versus Internacional, 7 post-Meridium at Maracanã, 5 post-Meridium in the United States. For those who want to follow on Flamengo Television Maracanã, Brazilian Championship second round, broadcast on Premier Pay-Per-View, and Flamengo Television for abroad with video. The probable lineup: Flamengo, Rossi, Varela, Leo Ortiz or Vitão, Leo Pereira, and Alexandro. Eric Pulgar, De La Cruz or Lucas Paquetá, and Arrascaeta. But wait, Lucas Paquetá could play a different position. Okay, Cebolinha, Pedro, and Gonzalo Plata or Lucas Paquetá. He comes with De La Cruz, he might come with Lucas Paquetá in place of Plata, right? Many think it's unlikely since Felipe loves Plata, so he may choose Lucas Paquetá in the middle with Plata, Cebolinha, and Pedro. That's the likely Flamengo lineup with some options and International's probable lineup. Rocher, Bruno Gomes, Félix Torres or Vitor Gabriel, Mercado and Bernabé, Ronaldo, Paulinho, Vitinho, Alan, Patrick and Carboneiro, and Rocher as well. That's likely Paulo Pessolano's lineup, right? The referee is Rodrigo José Pereira from Lima, Pernambuco. The video assistant referee is Caio Max Augusto Vieira. Rodrigo José Pereira de Lima refereed the International versus Flamengo match at Beira Rio on August 25 in the Brazilian Championship second round. On that occasion, Flamengo beat Colorado 3-1 with 2 goals from Pedro and 1 from Gonzalo Plata, while Roche scored for Inter. Okay, so that was all the information this Wednesday morning. Game day for Flamengo fans here, man. I'll just say my predicted score, as always, 3-1 Mengão. Again, 3-1 Mengão, okay? And we have Flamengo fans here excited, asking for the signing of Marcos Leonardo, right? Flamengo should sign him on loan, take advantage of this business opportunity, and not let Flamengo take too long, so that no other Brazilian club brings in Marcos Leonardo. Flamengo fans are really asking a lot for the signing of Marcos Leonardo, right? I'm seeing the comments here, but that's how Flamengo is. The source I checked said it won't happen now, so if he comes, it won't be right away. Is that correct? Look here, for example, Mengo Cria, our partner, showed some comments here about Marcos Leonardo. João Clube de Regatas do Flamengo said, I don't know if I prefer him or Marcos Leonardo. Flamengo could try for both. Whoever comes is a win, right? About Caio Jorge is the fact that Flamengo isn't trying for Marcos Leonardo. It really bothers me. It's on my mind. Flaniverso sent it, and I just can't understand. Even though he's not the profile Felipe wants, Lucas Coutinho mentioned Marcos Leonardo. Flamengo has the obligation to at least make a loan offer. The fans are asking for it, right? For Flamengo to try to sign Marcos Leonardo, the fans are asking Flamengo to try a loan offer. At least try something since the player is not going to Atletico de Madrid anymore. And I want to finish the video here by saying some comments here. First, I'm going to read the comment from Renato Mauricio Prado. Paquetá comes in and out. Pedro is like, Felipe, you don't. He said that Felipe doesn't like Pedro and loves the Ecuadorian. Gonzalo Plata doesn't work. Everyone leaves and Plata stays. Losing 3 straight games in different competitions and missing the year's first title isn't enough. You have to upset the fans even more. And what about me? That's Renato Mauricio Prado, who I also follow a lot, complaining about the Plata situation, and it's been irritating a lot of fans. This Plata issue really, right? Yeah? Look, so we had Flabolado here reacting to a it's Neto's video. Neto, it's Neto. He teases Flamengo's fans. And and he calls us a bunch of idiots and tells us to go off ourselves. What kind of behavior is that, man? Telling off a fan just for supporting another team, even if they're off in your viewer? Screw you. What an idiot, man. What an idiot. How does that work? Why would Flamengo sue this guy again? How can you say that about Flamengo's fans? That's disrespectful. If you want to joke, fine. Are you guys hearing this? close the video here. You're really disrespectful, man. You're really disrespectful. You don't even deserve a tiny bit. I think you enjoy creating controversy to attract an audience, man. Watch your mouth. Your team is in debt and pays nothing. Be careful before talking about Flamengo or its fans. Don't act nice now and try to defend yourself later. No way. That's a dumbass move, damn it. That's a dumbass move. Calling people assholes and telling them to fuck off. That's a dumbass move. You all should go, all of you, to his profile and report him, damn it. Everyone should go there and report him. The right thing would be for everyone to report the offense. That's an offense against us. That's a dumbass move. That's absurd. That's what's shameful. We're ending it here. Thank you all for tuning in. I had to get this off my chest. Greetings to all the Jubileros. This is Flamengo. Big hug. Thanks.